Alright, we got a Hatchet hero. Some versions of this game are called Axe Master, but we're marked out of order. Let's figure this out. Alright, now the way this game works is there's a camera right down here that actually watches that target port for the green color of the axis to see if they stick or bounce out. To remove the axis from the board retracts back into the game, and this black grid here knocks them out. The belt brings them back to the player. We had this marked out of order a little while ago for a brief time because this board was not moving forward enough to allow the axis to stick correctly. I wonder if that's happening again. So I'm gonna open up this in here to get to our menu buttons and open up our menu. Cycle on down to our diagnostic menu, and that cycle actuator button should get this to move forward and backward. Let's see how far it moves. Alright, hit that button and this should move backwards into the game and forwards. Let's see how far it moves. Alright, can we get the axis stuck in there now? Alright, let's see if I can get a good throw here. I mean, that kind of works. Alright, let's try that again. Not exactly. Well, that one's stuck. Well, the axes seem to be sticking. Not sure why this is tagged out at the moment. Let's do a normal gameplay and see what happens. Alright, so we'll exit the menu. And feed this bad boy credit. Alright, our credit's in there. Classic mode. It should drop the axis out of the target.
Wait for the target to clear. Wait for the target to clear.
Bring them to the belt.
Wait for the target to clear. Round one.
And there they are. Okay, let's see what happens here. Well, that's not right. That should have registered as a bullseye.
Stick. Final hatchet.
That one did.
Bullseye. Wait for the target.
Okay, the fact that only one of those registered as a bullseye makes me think we have a miscalibrated camera. It's not seeing the target correctly.
Final round.
No, the second round read correctly, but I'm still going to go with the miscalibrated camera. Alright, back in the tech office. I dug up Manuel. I don't know why you have two of them, but whatever. Looking in the table of contents, I maybe want troubleshooting guide or Hatchet's not scoring. Looks like we're going to the 50s. Alright, here's our troubleshooting guide. None of these so far seems to mention calibrating the camera. But this page does. Alright, looking in here, it does kind of tell me to go ahead and clean off the camera lens. That's kind of what it looks like in the game. But there is a calibration that can be adjusted, and there's an auto calibration on page 35. Let's go take a look at that. Alright, we got a whole 2 pages of camera calibration info. Nice. Options are for fine-tune only, auto calibration on the next page. Alright, reading this, it tells me to go ahead and place an axe in the dead center of the target and then click the auto calibrate button. It should go ahead and then scan the target board with that at the center and know how far it is from each point then. Let's go try that. Alright, back out here at the game. Looks like I gotta climb in there and put one in the dead center and then try to calibrate it with the menu. So we grab one of these and put it, what? About there. Looks good to me. And we open up our door, enter our menu button, and scroll to camera calibration and auto calibrate. I see calibration complete. Let's give this a test, I guess. Alright, we exited the menu. We're gonna feed this bad boy credit. Alright, credit's in there. We'll go classic again. Alright, let's see if this reads correctly.
You got a stick. Nice. Bullseye.
that's a bullseye or not. But we take those, I guess. For this one, I'm gonna try and aim around the target and see how accurate it might be. Well, that one looks pretty good. Second one, looks like it read correctly. Third one bounced off right about here, but it seems to have read correctly and it said it bounced off the white ring. We might be okay, but I'm gonna give it a couple more tries. Okay, something still ain't right. That axe registered correctly. This one stuck, but did not register correctly. I'm gonna throw this. The middle axe here, and even that one, did not register correctly, so something still ain't right. Back in the tech office, I got some cleaner and a microfiber cloth. We're gonna try cleaning up the lenses on that camera and see if that helps. I decided to grab a little bit of 400 grit sandpaper, see if I can clean up the axes a little bit so they show a brighter green. Remember, the game works by detecting the color green, so these just might be a little scuffed enough that it's not properly detecting the color. So we're just gonna clean these up a bit. Back in the tech office, it took a minute to find the best way to clean those up, but here's a before and after. All right, back out at the game. We're just gonna clean the camera up too. There it is. We're just gonna give that a lovely little wipe. That one too. And hopefully that helps. After cleaning the camera, I'm just gonna go ahead and pop that back in there and try to recalibrate it a second time. All right, I ran it again. It says calibration complete. The values didn't change, so I must have got it in dang near the same spot. And a fresh credit. We're gonna go pro mode because it's gonna ask us to hit specific areas of the target. That might give us a better reading. So I gotta try and hit the blue ring up on top. It said a miss, but it read it correctly. All right, after playing this on this pro mode for a couple rounds, I'm pretty confident that the camera is much more correctly calibrated. Let's see if it makes a liar out of me. Oh, I just missed. But it seems to be detecting a bit more correctly now. Let's see.
Green zone step. Green zone move. Green zone step. Green zone move. Wait for the target to clear.
I'm happier with that.
Wait for the target to clear.
We might want to go through and replace some of these bent pegs here. Maybe I can do that a little bit later, but the camera seems to be calibrated now. Just gonna go ahead and tag this back in and let it run for a bit. Well, we'll see how that goes. Maybe fixed? I don't know.